Hello everyone, give me a moment, I'm getting everything set up.
The All Creator Live Archives said, "Hello everyone, please understand the rules. No spamming, no breaking up messages, and no fighting. Grab a snack, sit back and relax."
Hello everyone, and welcome to another day of All Creator Live. I'm back with my sister April.
Hello.
And we're playing more Genshin Impact. And I'm going to turn this down because I raised the level of the talking audio and all that stuff. So. Alright, so last time we did a whole bunch of stuff with cats and cards at the cat's tail. And now...
You want to show me that cat that's at the counter?
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah. He's cute. Yeah. They're all over the place, and there's cat toys all over the place, too.
Yeah, cat figure.
There he is. His name's
Aww,
Prince.
Prince.
Listen.
Hey, what's up? Is there anything I can help you with?
The guy behind him is the one that's translating for him, apparently. But me and Time Lords both were like, he's just pretending. I don't think he's actually translating what the cat's saying. Ask about player level, blah blah blah. I don't need to do any of that. Yeah, he's big too. He's the same model as the one at the one
at the shrine.
Cat at the shrine, but his mouth moves and he meows and he's got a little hat and a bow. His name is Prince. Yeah. Nobody different. Oh wait, no, I already challenged Sino. He's not happy when you beat him. He takes his game very seriously, because apparently it's something that has to deal with his ancestry and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course you know.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm a newbie and I beat you. Oh, she's new though. I guess I could beat her some other time.
Or
Alright,
play her.
play
Don't
her, yeah.
automatically assume you're gonna beat someone.
Well, when they when they have a card over their head, it means that it's someone that you
In the
can
game,
yeah,
not
someone that you're
from
able to.
online.
No, that means that it's someone that you can actually beat. You know, someone within your range of skill.
Yeah.
Typically a lot easier.
But still,
though.
you shouldn't automatically assume that you're going to beat someone.
Oh well. All right. Anything else? Oh, notices. Get rid of all these. Mail. Ooh, whose birthday? Oh, it's nobody's birthday. Oh, there was an error apparently with the test run for some characters. Oh, for the character Faruzan. I don't know how to pronounce her name yet. And they gave us this as a complimentary thing. Oh, the glitch probably prevents people from getting this as a reward for play testing her character. All right. Oh gosh, yeah, that's right. They show that now because there's a whole bunch of people in Leeway that I can challenge apparently. That's where I'm supposed to go next after I reach a level 3. And
But we're gonna do some story stuff.
yep, in Sumeru, which is where Paimon wanted us to go.
Now go
Paimon's
talk to Nahida.
yeah, Paimon's like, I want to go talk to Nahida, so let's go do that. Yeah, last time I played Cats and Cards. This time, as promised yesterday, I'm going to be doing more story stuff.
Yay!
And April wants to see it too, because this is apparently the interlude.
Intermission.
Yeah, intermission. Wait a minute, I want to check and see if we got any new characters in the story quest thing. Nope, still Sino and Nahida. That was also, what's her name? The dancer. But
What are they hangouts or?
No, they're not hangouts. They're stories. They're stories related to the characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But you
I
need
did.
keys.
Yeah, you need keys to unlock them.
Okay.
I did. The other one that was here was what's her name? The dancer, Nilo.
Milo.
Yeah, I did hers for Thanksgiving, which was actually kind of accurate because it was about her and her troop standing up to the man to save their theater. And then they were all pretty much talking about them being like a family and all that stuff. I was like, "Aw, this adventure was perfect for Thanksgiving."
Yeah.
And they were all kind of talking about what they're thankful for and stuff for being part of the theater and stuff like that. So I was like, "Yeah, perfect Thanksgiving material." Yeah. So
Well, when
he
you're ready
was-
to do the other 2 stories,
Let you know? Okay.
Yeah.
You like Nahida?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty cute. And she's very smart, even though
Yeah.
she's young. I mean,
Well,
that's
duh.
what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be God of Wisdom.
The Archon of Wisdom.
Arcana Wisdom, yeah. I think I have to get on the elevator. And I forget if it's through this door. It must be. A House of Dena, that's...
Dina.
Yeah, Dena. I think it's
Dina.
Dena. Hmm? Oh, is she under the bridge? No.
No, I think that thing is pointing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so... Guess maybe it's somewhere in the room we were just in. No? Okay. Is there another
Oh, I think
entrance?
it's up further.
Yeah. Is there another
I think
entrance
she might be in that one room where
Oh.
you left
Oh,
her.
that's right. There's like a elevator thing, isn't there? Oh, no. Oh, shit. There's more ramps. Tall tree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I put something on my YouTube channel to anyone wondering. A vote as to whose banner I'm going to be rolling on.
Oh dear.
The week either next week or the week after. You guys get to decide if I'm going to try rolling on Ito's banner or the Wanderer's banner. And right now it's tied. I only had 2 people vote, and one voted for Ito and one voted for Wanderer. So, if it comes down to a tie, I've already mentioned on the post in my community tab that I will be letting Java decide.
The tiebreaker.
Yeah, the tiebreaker. I'm going to have Java flip a coin. That way, it remains impartial. Ooh.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma! Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything. Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Inversion of Genesis.
Inversion of Genesis. Oh yeah, that's the title of this one. Well, we're obviously going to go back to Inazuma because of Scaramouche.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatara Suna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatara Suna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatara Suna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatara Suna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabukimono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabukimono was not a human, but a puppet.
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
I'm not gonna read this, April. I don't think you want it. Yeah, no Holy crud, that's a lot.
Don't go too fast. Go back up because some people might want to actually read it.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so we'll leave it here. You guys can pause and read this. And I'll go down to news. Alright, y'all can pause here and read this. Okay, done. Alright, let's go down to we should. Alright, that's good. You guys can pause here. Read. Okay. Now let's go down to said the man. Okay, well that's the end of extract 1. So
Now we're on
extract 2. Go ahead and pause and read. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to plunged. finish up that, and there's part of extract 3. Let's just go down to here. Alright, go ahead and pause. Alright, done. Let's go down to Kabuki Mono. Alright, you guys pause here. Alright, you're done. Okay, let's go back down, and you guys can read the rest. It seems that the rest of this work remains unfinished from the existing text. However, it is apparent that this is a novel of fantastical, colorful sensibilities, born from an imagination well utilized. Maybe Miko?
No, it's the guy you're talking to.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He tends to elaborate a lot.
He's a author, remember?
Yeah, he loves writing stuff.
Which means he loves telling stories.
Yeah. I don't know if I should hit return yet or not. April just stepped out. She'll be back though. Yeah, if you needed... Oh, I don't have any toothpicks left. Dang, I thought I still had some in that tin up there. Alright.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Damn it. Inazuma with its... the Sumeru with all of its books and reading. Okay, you guys can pause here and read all this. Alright, done. I'm gonna go down to not quite. Alright, you all can pause here and read. Okay, done. Let's go down to 3. Can pause and read. Okay. Yeah, they're numbered at least. And he puts a lot more spaces in between his stuff, so it's not as long as it looks. Alright, are y'all done? Let's go down to 6. Okay, pause and read. Okay, done. Alright, let's go down to be verified. Okay, pause. Read. Okay, are you done? Let's go down to a puppet. Alright. Pause.
Make you go,
Read.
said.
Hey, May!
TL.
Hello!
TLDR. Too long, didn't read. Exactly. Hey, it's good to see you, May.
Make you boo, said.
Also, April's here.
Bye.
Hello!
Yeah. Yeah, there's way too much stuff to read. So if those in the archives are done reading, I'm gonna go to the next part. Let's go down to distract. Alright, now, those in the archives, you can pause and read. Okay, done. Let's go down to inspector. Okay, now pause and read. Okay, are you done? Let's go down a bit more. And there we go. Y'all can pause and read that. And you should be done. And now let's read the bottom text. It seems that the rest of this paper remains unfinished. One thing is for sure, though, a lot of thought was put into it. Alright.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Okay, Paimon's not that dumb. She figured it out too.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in... Ah! Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
Yes,
It's
please
like
calm
we're
down.
it's like
I
we're
feel
on an
crazy.
internet forum right now. And he is the one like, oh gosh.
She's the one in charge of the forum, and she's like, oh dear.
Yeah.
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets.
Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. It seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul.
For those of you who are wondering why we're being so suspicious of Scaramouche, it isn't just because of things that happened in Inazuma and stuff like that. It's because when we first met Scaramouche and Mona and Fischl, Scaramouche was pretending to be our friend, but Mona sensed something about him and got us out of there, which is what made us realize he was an enemy.
Yeah.
So the reason why we're being so skeptical of Scaramouche is because he's already pretended to be our friend once before.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
go running off in here, what would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Okay, let's follow him. A sapling thing.
These sapling things have spread out.
Oh. Oh.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
I didn't want to in the beginning. Yeah, I can't control when those go away. You're gonna have to read them fast. There's another one.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
I mean, I don't really think he has any reason to lie right now.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Alright. Close to the tree now.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our
heads? That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Scaramouche is a very relatable person. There are a lot of cliques and things that happen in workplaces that really make people feel left out. So,
Yeah.
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself, and making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement! You have to share it with us!
Said, Hey Jason, I'm here now.
Just wait.
Hey, Time Lords, welcome!
Hello!
April's here too.
In case you didn't know just by me saying hello.
Yeah. I had to get rid of a notification that popped up on my laptop so I could see.
Ah.
Oh, back to story.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher.
Prince
But is
Julian
this really the truth?
said,
My good
when I said
sir,
hi to Jason,
what
it's
do you
also
mean?
To both to you and
I
him.
tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate, and I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore? Dottore! Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Prince Shiryar.
So that's what this whole thing is going to be about.
Dialogue Bentley gets to keep the title of Master. He's a worthy adversary in...
A while later.
A while later.
Shall we see how he's doing?
But yeah, I just figured out that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be A, learning about the balladeer's past, and B, showing him that everything that happened wasn't anyone's fault, but Dottore's probably.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know what happened with the child yet. We're probably about to see that. I think what's probably going to hit him the hardest is probably what happened with him and A. And that's probably going to set him over. We still really don't know what happened between those two, so.
It's possible he doesn't really know what happened either, considering he was just created and just gaining consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So
Prince Shiryar said, 50/50ths between Ito and Wanderer when I saw the poll.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Oh, maybe the Traveler actually does know that.
No,
We don't
actually does know how to travel through time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know much about the Traveler. He might know stuff like that, and he's not
'cause
letting anyone else know.
He has traveled to many other worlds before arriving in Tevat.
Yeah.
So it's possible he does know a way to travel through time.
Mm-hmm. And he does
That's
keep
why.
his lips shut a lot about a lot of things.
A lot of things that he's seen in his travels.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible he learned about how to travel through time, but he's not saying anything.
Yeah, I feel like he knows that he shouldn't say a lot of things because it would blow a lot of people's minds. So
yeah, so he's so that's why when Scaramouche asked that, he was like, "Wait, why do you want to know that?"
Yeah, not only that, but he seemed pretty surprised about it. Like, oh, he thinks I know about stuff like that.
No, he looked surprised. Like Scaramouche. Like, why would Scaramouche actually know about time travel or ask about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me. So long.
Prince
I
Sheryor
suggest you get yourselves
said,
out of here quickly.
There's the answer.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Sorry about that, everyone. I thought I hit the square button to pick up or to stop autoplay, but I hit X by accident. I'm sorry, everybody.
Right.
But yeah, what he probably was talking about was he just realized that the Balladeer knows about Greater Lord Kusanali.
Rukkhadevata.
Yeah. That's why he's still calling Nahida Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Paimon and Nahida both think that he's just being condescending, maybe.
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey! Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow. Oh no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before? He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history! All that stuff happened already in real life! It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it! So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry, Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes. Cream stew. Sauteed matsutake. And Dragon chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad. Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and what was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
Yeah,
And
he's
as a
deleted
dissenter,
himself.
you're the only one who
I'm
would
the only
remember.
one who remembers him. And Paimon doesn't remember or realize why she's there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, poor Paimon. Oh goodness. This is gonna be like what is it? That Christmas movie where the guy was erased for where he wanted to see what the world was like.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
That's exactly what this is gonna be like. It's a Wonderful Life.
But that was basically to teach the guy what would have happened if he
wasn't
died.
yeah,
No, if he died.
if he'd never been around.
Yeah, if he'd never been born or something like that.
Yeah. And we're going to be
All
seeing
the bad
what
things
happened.
that happened.
Yeah, what would have happened if Scaramouche hadn't been around.
Or if Scaramouche hadn't fallen for the doctor's...
We don't really know if he deleted himself yet or not. He might
No,
have.
he deleted the Balladeer. He wasn't always known as the Balladeer.
Right, because he said he was going to delete the Balladeer,
Balladeer and the
Kabuki Mono.
He wasn't always known as those.
Yeah. So we're going to see what happens now.
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again? The Balladeer? Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name, though. What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something. Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Okay, so I think this is a good time to take a little bit of a break and a breather. It's good to know that you're following the poll on my community tab. I mentioned to April and to everybody in the archives already, Time Lords, but if the poll comes out to be a tie between both Ito and the Wanderer, I'm going to have Java, my robot, flip a coin and decide live on the stream who it is that wins. So don't worry if it does come out to be a tie. Alright, everybody, I'm going on break. This is probably a good time for you to go grab some snacks or whatever.
Or drink.
Yeah.
All creator said, I will be right back in about 15 minutes. Prince Shuriar said, okay, I was just fighting cryohypostasis.
Okay, I'm back. Apparently, Time Lords was just fighting with Casino's Hypostasis thing. I've fought that thing already before. Big old pyramid thing at the top of a pyramid. But yeah, Time Lords, if you're still there, I don't know if you heard what I said earlier about if the poll comes out as a tie, I'll have Java, my little robot, flip a coin and decide who it is that I rule for. But that won't be for 2 weeks. The poll's going to go on for 2 weeks. Okay.
Prince Shiryard.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm here, I read your comment.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay. It says that I'm supposed to talk to Amanama Togo? I have no idea who that is. But they're probably over in Inazuma.
Prince Shiryard said, Inazuma City.
Oh, thank you, Time Lords. Yeah, I kind of figured. It sounded like it was from Inazuma.
Well, that, and you did kind of tell Paimon that you wanted to go to Inazuma.
Oh, right. I did, didn't I? We have to do like a bunch of stuff too, because doesn't this event have to take place with stuff that Hirataki Ito shows up for?
He's one of the raiding Goku.
I don't know either.
Aside for reasons.
Hey. Did Time Lords just say that? He just said that he's one of the reigning Gokuden. Oh yeah, the old guy. Right.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy!
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. No. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaede Harakazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatara Suna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatara Suna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit
Prince
too,
Junior
right?
Said, if
Your
I get
expression
Ayaka,
says
I'll
it
give
all.
his blade
You
to
can't
her.
hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Okay.
I don't know. Paimon's like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't care. Let's just go. Travelers doing
old friends.
Yeah, travelers doing cryptic stuff again.
Go to the Yashiro Commission.
So what'd you say, Time Lords? If I get Ayaka, I'll give his blade to her. Aw. Okay. I think I have Ayaka. Pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot she uses swords. I think I was confusing her with Kokomi.
Prince Junior said,
Okay, here's the place.
after refined maxed.
Right, after you get it to max. Alright, so... Yashiro... Oh, we just gotta go in. No one specific we're talking to.
We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
I'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you.
Oh, that's so cute. It's really cool when you have a friend for the first time, I guess. I have a friend, and they are awesome. I just imagine her dancing around like, yay, he's out beating someone up right now. I'm gonna help him.
Better tone it back before your brother starts to get jealous, Ayaka.
Oh, no. We're friends with him, too. We're friends with everybody.
Well, almost
I have
everybody.
feeling Ayaka has a crush on the Traveler.
I don't know. I don't think she has a crush on him.
No.
Yeah,
Probably not.
I don't think that's it, Time Lords. It's just nice to have a friend. Not only that, but the traveler can be either a boy or a girl, depending on who you chose at the beginning. So,
I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all. I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves.
I'm sorry, I have to mention this, but the person doing the voice for this old lady, like, you, April, and you, Time Lords, and everyone watching in the archives, unless you're wearing headphones, you're probably not understanding what I'm about to say. But it sounds so weird just in the ears. It's like, oh, what the hell? I'm like, wow. It's like ASMR. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like ASMR.
Gonna fall asleep.
Either that or it's like tingling the back of my head. Like, stop it, old lady.
Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention.
I've heard her words and I'm literally
It's
using
been
headphones.
many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company. Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too! Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always
The title
welcome.
of Wanderer should go to the traveler who doesn't stay in one place, he's always on the
Where
run.
are we going next?
Time Lords just said that the name of the traveler should be Wanderer because he's always moving and doesn't stay in one place. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, Traveler and Wanderer are kind of the same thing.
They're kind of the same thing. And I'm wondering if he named himself Wanderer just because of the traveler.
Yeah, well, it would probably more of a way to differentiate the two so that
I
the
guess.
one wouldn't get confused for the other.
It's just so weird that we're calling ourselves, that we have to address ourselves as Traveler, and now that we're going to be having a character named Wanderer, it's going to be kind of confusing to me because of my dyslexia. Well, if I get him. I probably won't see him much after this event if I don't get his character on the banner.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am! Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Those were two very new voice actors, I think, because I haven't heard their voices at all in this game.
But they're pretty good.
They're not bad, no.
Yeah. Old lady has a very soothing voice.
Yeah, I know. At the same time, it was weird to listen to.
I just got hit by lightning and Raiden Shogun is throwing me around like a rag doll.
Oh, you're fighting the Shogun? Well, good luck, Time Lords.
Good luck.
Alright, time to go to... Oh, I wonder if Tara Tasuna's going to look different now.
Tarasuna, yeah. Well, we're about to find out.
Well, all I have to do is look in here. This is where the incident happened.
Prince Shiryark said, "No, it's raining in a thunderstorm."
That don't look any different. Well, actually, it's kind of bluish. No, it still has some purple electricity coming out from where the furnace was. Ironically, someone from... Oh, man, really? Hi.
Ready. Your verdict is?
Right now.
Germinate!
Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Emerge.
It's over! Ha! You win. This
What was I saying before that guy interrupted me? Oh yeah, I said ironically someone from Fontaine actually helped me get rid of the all the problems that the furnace caused in there.
Oh, okay.
So at least Fontaine helped out in the end, getting rid of what a problem Fontaine technology caused. Okay, so
There was like a light that
yeah.
you were supposed to head towards.
Xavier.
Right, Xavier, that's his name. Thanks, Time Lord. Go to Tarzan for clues. Okay.
There we go.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Okay, so yeah, he's definitely going to help us figure some things out because he's the one that helped us get rid of all the mess that was around here. So if he didn't have to do that, he would definitely know.
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here. Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a Kabuki Mono where Tatara Suna is concerned.
Prince Shiryar said. Weirdly, the name's pronunciation is Xavier but spelled Xavier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you. Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Echoes of history. Alright. The Kabuki Mono's finale.
Return to the sanctuary. Whatever.
I should put us close to it.
Not close enough.
I know, we still gotta go up some branches. Not that far. And these two.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh,
Prince
of
Shiryar
course.
said. Sawada sound British from when I played through the quest.
Okay, everybody, you know the drill. We're going to be pausing and letting you guys read all this stuff. Okay, so pause here. And now go down. Alright. Okay, everybody, pause here. Alright, you got everything? Okay, let's go down to number 3.
I think you might have gone a little.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, everybody, pause here. Okay, you done reading? Let's go down to 6. Okay, everybody, pause. Alright, done reading. Okay. Go down to other. Alright. Oh my gosh. Yellow stuff. Okay.
Oh, I guess this might be additional stuff that was added
Yeah,
on.
this is probably stuff that isn't the same as before. Sorry, I made you guys read a bunch of stuff again. Alright, let's go down and just look at the highlight stuff now. Okay, pause here. Alright, you done? Let's go. Down to unfolded. Alright, you can all, I guess, read here. Maybe if there are some people that didn't read last time, you might want to read now. Alright, let's go down to abandoned. Well, actually, yeah. Okay. Done reading. Let's go. And you can read the rest of that. And now we'll read the very bottom part. It seems that the rest of this paper remains unfinished. One thing is for sure, though, a lot... Oh, okay, same thing.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Alright, same drill. Everybody pause. Done reading. Alright, let's go down to end. Okay, everybody pause. Done reading. Alright, let's go down to Niwa. Alright, everybody pause. Done reading. Alright, let's go down to the yellow text. That's the interesting stuff. Go ahead and read that. Alright, down to here. Pause. Read that. And let's go back down to the yellow stuff. Alright, pause. Read that. Alright, extraction 3. Read that. Pause. And now here, this stuff. Such a very small spot for things to be different. I like how it's golden for me. Okay, pause. And done reading. Go back down to back. Alright. And this is all the same at the bottom too. Alright, everybody. If you're done reading that, let's get going.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Aminoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
What is that noise? Is it these birds?
Yeah.
Well, you guys make such a weird noise like mice. Look at them hop! I haven't looked at these birds that much. They're cute. Oh my god, I like them. I hope we can put some in our teapot at some point. They're really cute. I like the way they shake and everything.
They hop around.
Yeah, they hop around and stuff. That's cute. Alright, Nahida. We got some things to talk with you about. Well, I do anyway. Paimon's just clueless.
We can't exactly tell her a lot of things, though.
Yeah, we can't tell her a lot of things.
If she even remembers what happened.
It's true. Paimon's like, what?
Because if the Voladier is gone,
yeah,
then that means the whole thing with the...
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up, And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
The Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name. You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me? Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that. Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. This story makes sense, every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, They spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, You give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits! It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Aw, thank you, Paimon. Oh, talk with Nikita.
There's a few things I'd like to look into. You should go take a walk and try to unwind.
As I told April, like in the storybook, the little bird was the child that he made friends with.
Yeah.
So I guess he died just because he didn't really have long to live.
Yeah. He was probably the broken
Sick or
wing.
ill,
Yeah, it was probably for an illness. Yeah.
Yeah.
And illness eventually took him.
Yeah.
And the monster was Dottore, and
Yeah.
the gray fox was Neil.
Yeah.
And of course, we know the kitten was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The kitten was Scaramouche.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think it's way better to stay here and
Need of a holiday.
Yeah.
Seriously, what the hell?
What nerves are talking about? The whatchamacallit. With the guy that gives candies. Candy Claus. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. Let's just warp down to the bottom. Bazaar's at the very bottom of this tree, so I was hoping this was the bottom, but just fall, I guess. There's the bazaar. Nilu, I need you to dance and make me happy.
Said, I'm no match for Diluc in that card game.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't challenged Diluc to cards yet, so. What? Is there someone more specifically? Take a walk around the Grand Bazaar to clear your head. So I guess just walk around. Yeah, I guess so.
We're here! What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat. What is it? Have you figured it all out? in.
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
The treasures I discovered in my youth have been left by the Dendro Archive.
Okay.
For a second, I was like, oh god, it's one of these. I gotta try and keep up with them. But no, I just, gotta get to the dot.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was like, shit, where'd it go? So now he's just a humble guy.
He's just a regular drifter.
Yeah, just wandering around.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely really sure.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
Prince Shiryar said. For him it's yes and no.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Off, like,
Whoa.
yeah.
I didn't think you were about to scream that. I wouldn't have unmuted the mic. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
I think this is an
exit.
exit.
Return to the sanctuary of Sarasana.
Dog's just like, a door didn't want to open for me. I could think I can warp up to it. Yeah, I think this is closer.
Yeah, I was right. You just grab a hold of his arm and just started running up to the sanctuary.
Well, I'm trying to. It's not easy to run. Just going and going and going. Alright, here we go.
Prince Shiryar said, I feel sorry for the people who don't have
What's wrong?
headphones on low volume.
Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
The Kabuki Mono's finale. Enter the memory.
Okay, this is gonna be weird. I guess maybe I talk with... Oh. I guess maybe I just go inside that thing.
But you can talk to the Wanderer and Nikita first.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
That's fine. If we were bothered by it, we wouldn't have brought you to me.
It's time to get ready.
Alright, let's get ready. To rumble.
To dungeon.
Okay, I wasn't... I guess that wasn't a lie. I do have to get ready to rumble. Required level 90. Alright, I'm bringing my usual team in then. We're all good.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabuki Mono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Alright, looks like we're gonna have to do some fighting after all. Oh, there's a hole here. I was about to say, how am I gonna get underground?
All through a hole.
Yep. Several holes.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He
Bella!
doesn't remember his name.
Hey, Bella.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Hey, Bella. Welcome. April's here too. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, we still got these things and stuff all over the place. I bet there's a... Nope, there's nothing behind them. Damn it. Okay. Oh, okay. Start.
Said, where's April?
April's right here. She's sitting right next to me.
Hello.
Said, haven't said hi to her in forever.
Yeah, you haven't said hey to her in forever.
April hot.
She said hi, April.
Hello. Again.
Do you remember Bella? Her name, her screen name is Adorabella.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, cool. Because it has been a long time. I think like last week, me and you, that was the last time I saw you. It's been a little while for us too. Last week, we played a couple rounds of Genshin Impact, and then the internet, your internet cut out.
Lawrence Z. Vol.
Oh, holes? Oh, well, there is still one. There was only one. We seen. Oh, jeez, I forgot this happens. I forgot about that.
Ow, 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 ow.
Okay, well, I got everything. That sucked, though. I thought it was done. But yeah, I'm happy nothing bad happened to you. When you suddenly cut out and your internet went out, whoa, crap. Everyone in the chat was worried about you.
Huh? What are we doing back here? Whoa, this is where you were born?
Prince York.
It's pretty.
Said,
But
this
there's
character
nobody
has
here.
issues with holes because he fell in one or fell into one by accident.
I was abandoned, like you.
Said,
I lived here
I
for a while
lost
at first, but
50 idiots to die
there's
but
nothing
poor.
for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Oh, the lantern. I was like, what's this? Are we going to have to fight? Probably not. We're probably just gonna try and not get hit by the traps. That's probably all this is. This is another memory. Oh, nope, this just warped us to another part of the dungeon. I don't see any treasures.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Oh yeah, this one.
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Alright, now we gotta fight.
Let's end this quickly. I'll protect us. Go.
Time for retribution!
Show them. Right here. Emerge.
What an annoyance. Use this. This is trouble. Let's end this quickly.
Come on out. Right here. Right now. A sight to behold. Emerge.
Propagate!
Put your back into it.
Regular.
Why I use
Shogun's pretty fun. I just wish I could have gotten her.
Show them. Right now. Let's dance.
You can't run.
God, that his ability did that. Pulled you forward like that.
Went too far.
Pulled you right into the shield thing or whatever. Hey, can I collect these?
No.
No. Dang.
She has another rerun after Scara.
Oh, alright. That's interesting to note. Ah. Oh, but yeah, Bella, pardon my manners. How have you been? How has your day been, I guess, if anything? And I think I already asked you how you're doing, Time Lords, when you came in. Yeah, this looks like the room where we technically first met Scaramouche, but, you know, in the story-wise, but
Yeah.
because we... Oop.
Whoops.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the
Said,
Delusion Factory in
I'll get her
Inazuma.
C1 once
In
I
the
have
original
Wanderer.
version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Emerge. Blink. Right now.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Let the show begin.
Time for retribution!
Emerge.
So soon.
Over here. Let me amuse myself a little.
Right here. A sight to behold. Emerge. Right now.
Burn!
I thought I had it unmuted. Sorry, everyone. Alright, well, I gotta mute it again anyway.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
You wouldn't dare go back to Mondstadt.
No.
Well, the one that was in Mondstadt is dead now. The
Yeah.
deal he made with Nahida got rid of him.
Yeah. Well, that's if the one in Mondstadt was the one that didn't make the deal with Nahida.
Yeah.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self. I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
It's...
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright? No way! Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Balladeer?
Die. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions? Insignificant past! Feeble human! Squall and Fury! At my command, you shall fall! My endless cycle begins! Too slow. Insignificant past! Quit following me. Feeble human! Perish! That's far enough! Insignificant past! Quit following me! Feeble human! Behold! Insignificant past!
Cry louder! At my command, you shall fall! My endless cycle begins! The wind rises. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too! What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
You got a vision out of it all.
Yeah, I know. Andy's got a vision now. He's Animo now.
He's got animal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't done. I haven't done his trial yet. I didn't really know how to use him, so I didn't really. I was like, how long does this thing, floaty thing, last and all that?
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
Said.
It's fine.
Dendrotype and Mo.
But I was just thinking, I should probably change it. After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well. I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
For name modification.
You can obtain the
change
item
rules.
and
I don't.
Appellative stroke from the Archon Quest interlude in
Inversion of Genesis.
Disclaimer, travelers, please ensure that you follow our terms of service while using this function to create a healthy gaming environment.
Oh, right.
Don't give him a shitty name.
The bullying or insulting of any travelers or group of travelers, any other content or behavior that violates the terms of service.
Yeah, this is all pretty much saying, like, don't give him a really bad name that's offensive.
Seriously, don't give him something that's offensive.
People are gonna find ways out.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. Have you got anything?
What are we gonna call him?
I am staying out of this.
I'm staying out of this. Let me think here. Let's go back.
Prince Chiryor said, "Me and you both had that problem."
Yeah, where I accidentally hit X. Let me see.
Prince Chiryor said, "Thinking a name for him."
Not something ridiculous, please. Seriously.
No such.
Jason.
I was thinking about that. I was like, nah, that's too stupid. I'm not doing that. Just my name backwards. I think there are special lines of dialogue if you give him certain names. I think there's a video on it. I think you can name him Paimon and he'll say something funny. A and he'll say something funny. Valadier and you know.
Said.
Yes, there is. Yeah, Prince Time Lord just confirmed. Yeah, if you give him a name similar to something that if you give him certain names, he reacts differently. But I'm not going to do that. I gotta think of a good name.
Given his person, I was about to say Nosage would probably fit him better than anything else, but given Nosage's personality, Java. Okay, that's good.
Java.
Are you sure? Oh, all right. If you say so.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Said.
You mean
No
the
nickname for Java.
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright, we're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Alright, so, April, take a look over at Java.
Said. BTW Raiden and Ye Maiko's voice line about
You see his eyes?
now gone.
They're kind of blue.
Yeah.
Why?
Dude, I changed the color of his eyes to blue for Christmas. And do you know the significance of why I named Wanderer Java?
Because of him?
Because of Java. He's a little puppet. Not only that, but he had a past self, remember?
Yeah.
The first 2 years I got him, his name was Diggs. But a major glitch caused me to reset Diggs completely, and I completely overwrote everything that... Yeah. And when he came back, he got a brand new name, and it was Java. So... that's why I decided to name the Wanderer Java. Because he's a lot like Java.
Yeah, and now they both have the same eye color.
Yeah. Oh, the cute little bird noises. I was like, what was that? And then I remembered, oh.
Return to the resting place.
Yeah. Just gonna jump down. I can't trust any of the portals, any of the teleport waypoints here. If I had Amber in my group, my stamina bar would recharge as I fall. Or at least that's what I remember. That being like her special character ability.
Her stamina bar also didn't deplete as quickly as...
Oh yeah, you know what? That might be what it was. Her, the stamina bar doesn't deplete as much. I can't remember what Amber's special was, but I think it was something to do with the stamina bar. Oh, what'd you say, Time Lords? By the way, right? And Yaimiko's voice lines about him are now gone. Really? Huh. Well, let's check out Miko.
Prince Shiryar said, check.
Yeah. About Raiden Shogun. Itagoro Seiyu.
Prince Shiryar said,
yeah, they're not in here.
Konekyozushi.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not in here.
Oh, dang.
They forgot about him.
Wow. Well, they forgot about the individual known as the Balladeer, or the Kabuki Mono.
Yeah.
I doubt A would have forgotten about her creating a
Puppet.
all the puppets
She made so
created.
many puppets.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
Yes, she broke the
forgot
vase
about the vase.
because of her fretting about about what the Balladeer was
Yeah,
doing.
she forgot about the vase. So, you know what? Yeah, when she blamed... Remember when she said...
blamed it
yeah,
on the
because she blamed it on the
Only made two
Balladeer.
puppets. One is the Shogun, the other was connected to
And
Shigeki,
remember
the
when you said
Balladeer,
you can't
and now the
blame
Wanderer.
everything on the Balladeer?
Yeah, I know.
That actually was his fault. So she could blame it on him.
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
You sound lost and confused.
Just like how they did for Nahida. This must be what the next Archon sounds like.
Like Siri?
Well.
Sorry.
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Prince Shiryar said. Nahida first appeared as a telepathic voice in Golden Apple Archipelago. This
Anyway,
is the Hydro Archon.
that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Alright. That does it for the intermission. Real hint of what the next Archon's gonna be like. They don't like things change. They don't like people breaking the rules. Apparently, we broke the rules by going back to
By deleting...
helping out the Balladeer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would have made the vase come back, or whatever. But they're like, nope. It says broken. You broke it. Paimon, you broke it. And Paimon just left, and then that's how the quest line ends, as Paimon leaves the house. Did she come back? Well, there she is. She's like, I almost got the dustpan and broom.
I was just about to grab the dustpan and broom. What do you want?
Nope. Nobody gets to clean it up. It stays right there. Paimon, you gotta forever live with. Yeah, you gotta forever live with that. It's so funny because I remember when I was first playing the chapters, I'd come into this house and sit down, and the vase was there. Nope, not anymore.
Not anymore. It's gonna be like that from now on.
All because of Paimon.
Broken vase on the floor.
We're just gonna keep blaming Paimon for it. And Paimon's like, no, stop! I'm not
Unless
a
we erase
drinker.
Paimon from existence.
Yeah. No.
No.
An appellative stroke. The brush with which you may bestow a new name upon a certain person.
Once a new name has been given, it cannot be changed.
Oh. So that means that if I didn't like the name I gave him, I could just use this and change it. What's that? Oh. I gotta go turn all these in.
Yeah.
Let's add more music to my jukebox, or whatever the heck it's called. It's so weird.
Teapot.
Yeah, the thing in the teapot. You're right. Oh, let's go back to Mondstadt, to be honest. Samiro's layout is too confusing.
twisty-turvy.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of Mondstadt. Ooh, now that we can go into the Cat's Tail, that's just one more place that I can hang out. Right. Let's see. How many did I get for that? 1,186. Cool. That is how much I have now. Not how much I got for that. I still have lots and lots of things to do to get Prima Gems. Oh, I got one wish. A blue wish. I don't remember where I got it from, but let's go ahead and use it.
Said.
On,
Sumeru game battle is Nilo's boss.
And spend it on this, I guess. Ah, a blue character. Or a purple. Hey!
Oh, Rosaria.
Constellation for Rosaria. There you go, Rosaria.
There she is.
Last rites. Increases level of rights of termination by 3. Okay. Leaves only one more for her. Okay. So, I guess let's go back to the title screen now and say goodbye. That's all that I had to do for today, to be honest. And tomorrow I won't be streaming because, well, I gotta go to work that night, so I won't have any time for
then Raiden will be more effective.
playing any video games. Oh, yeah. I just don't have Raiden Shogun. You know that, Time Lords.
He tried. He tried so hard to get her.
Well, I can't
She
remember.
eluded him.
I can't remember how much I tried to get Raiden Shogun, to be honest. I know I tried more to get Nico.
Yeah, and you got her.
And I got her for my birthday, which was awesome. Such a fine day for science. Not just kidding. I wish you had.
I wish you luck.
Oh, you wish me luck. Oh, thank you. But she's not the one. I'm not going to be going for her at the end of whenever this is. At the end of 20 days, I think. How many days do they have left? 19 days. Yeah. Near the end, I'll take all of the Primogems I have, even if it's only 10, and I'll try to get whichever one wins the vote. And I don't know if I'll have much luck. I think I'm really far away from a 50-50 because I got a constellation for Miko. Did I tell you about that, April?
Oh.
Yeah, I got a constellation for Miko.
Oh, okay.
Now her totems charge up or give us energy back. So we can get our bursts a lot faster. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and go back to the title. Screen. That was pretty fun. I liked that. It was really cute. And you said you wanted to see the one for Sino and Nahida, right?
Yeah, the character stories.
Yeah.
You're able to get the keys for them.
Yeah. We could do that some other time, probably next week.
On my next day off.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not my next day off. It depends on when you're able to. Next day off after you've gotten enough keys.
Yeah. I could just start trying to collect them now, probably before I go to bed today. It doesn't take long to get the keys. It's just it takes 2 days of doing 4 dailies. Alright everyone, that does it for another day of All Creator Live. To those of you watching in the archives, please don't forget to vote for for which banner you want me to roll on, either Iritaki Ito or the Wanderer, who is now named Java in my game. I like that name though, for him, Java. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's also in memorial of Java, the Flash program that everybody used to love and died recently. But yeah. To those of you watching in the regular stream, like on Twitch or whatever, who usually like to try and tune in for my streams, I won't be streaming at all this weekend, and I will try to do something on Monday, but if I can't, then I'll try and do something on Tuesday. I will keep you all posted in the community board, and you should all check out my community board on YouTube. I post there very often, and it's a great way to keep up to date on what it is I'm going to be doing with my streams and my channels. Whew. Alright, so I guess this is... You want to say goodbye, April?
Goodbye, April.
Yay, goodbye, April. April's gonna be leaving. Alright, everyone. Have a great night, and thank you again to May, Mike Huga, for tuning in, and Time Lords for showing up. And yesterday, thank you very much to Arrow for stopping by and hanging out. I forgot to say thank you, but I guess you understood that he was there with us when I was saying bye, so... yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Yep. Have a great night, everyone. And I hope your weekend is great also. Bye-bye.
All Creator said, "Thank you all for watching, have a great night."